So let's see market structure. We'll analyze all broad market indices and sectoral indices. Starting with Nifty 50. So currently it is at support. Let me keep it in daily chart. So it is okay. Currently, if you see, so whatever this gap up is there because of the US India trade deal. This is the candle after the announcement of the trade deal actually. So I think the price is trying to fill this gap. If that is filled and still weakness is left, means I think we may see support at this zone 24,587. As of now, that's what happening. This candle tried breaking the all-time high actually, but couldn't sustain. So let's see. I can say the bias will be positive, or we can say more positive bias will come only when the price crosses this supply zone. So that's what in Nifty 50. And then Nifty next 50. So nothing much change from previous week analysis. It is within the same channel, and it is coming to the 50 SMA. So let's see. But relatively, when we compare it with Nifty 50, Nifty next 50 is weaker because it is far away from the all-time high. Whereas Nifty 50, if you see, so it is within this zone. So it's somewhere around 3.1 percentage fell from the all-time high. So if you see from all-time high, it is somewhere around 11 to 12 percentage. So and 5,500. Yeah, this is. Let's not get into this. Nifty mid cap. Whereas mid cap, if you see, it is very near to the all-time high. So mid cap is stronger. I think in previous week, Nifty 50 was stronger than mid cap now. But when we see today, this week, mid cap is a bit stronger than the Nifty 50. Okay, then yeah, it's still it is in the 50 SMA zone. We need to see what happens the coming week. So yeah, if there is a weakness in the market, then price starts going downside. Then the immediate supply demand zone is 55,000, 56,000 is an immediate demand zone. And Nifty small cap is somewhat somewhere around 13.5% away from the all-time high, and still it is going in this channel, downside channel. So let's see. Once it breaks this channel, upper channel, upper line of the channel, then we can consider bullish strength will come into the small cap stocks. Till then, we can just keep observing the price. Then micro cap, same thing is happening with micro cap. Let's see in what it's telling in weekly. So in weekly, this is a long-term chart, and if you see, currently the price 3 weeks back, I think 4 weeks back, price broke down this support trend line. but again it reclaimed it. Maybe it could be a pullback after the breakdown. It may start, if weakness is continued, then micro caps may start falling from here. That we need that we'll get to know only with the how the price is going to behave in the coming weeks. Then total market took support at this demand zone previous week. Then it started. Now what is the position is? It is currently falling from the 50 SMA. So we need to see whether is it going to fill this gap and it will reverse from there, or it is going to come to this demand zone again. And then yeah, that's it with respect to broad market. Let's see sectoral indices. So as of now, auto is a bit stronger actually. So if you see weekly, so this is what weekly chart says. It tried to reach new highs a few weeks back, somewhere in December, and then it pulled back for continuously for 4 weeks, and then it started again uh, taking trying to reach the new previous high actually. Then yeah, that's what it is showing. If you see in daily, the price is near the previous highs. So we need to see how it is going to behave. Up until the price is above 50 SMA, then I don't think much problem with this index. As of now, auto index is strong itself. And if we want to see new highs in the stocks also, we need to see the supply zone should be taken out. Or else you can say a swing high, not supply zone, because it's just a single point. So yeah, auto is good as of now. And then banking index, what it is doing is the price is above the previous high and also above 50 SMA, which is stronger only. But this candle, yeah, this is a US India trade candle only. So we need to see whether that is going to act as a resistance or that will be taken out. And if you see in weekly chart, so it is in a long-term uptrend. I think if it tries to go upside, then we may see upper channel. I mean, the channel upper line could be acting as a resistance. But for that, we need to observe how the price is going to behave. But as of now, it looks, the Nifty Bank also looks good only. It is above 50 SMA only. So no issue with that. So same thing with financial. It is more or behaves like a banking sector. And then private bank, if you see, it is exactly near the resistance of historically tested resistance trend line. So we need to observe how private bank is going to, whether it is going to break this zone or it is going to again react in the same way as previous resistance points. That we need to observe. I think in 1 or 2 weeks we'll get to know that. If it breaks this trend line, then there is no much resistance actually. There is no immediate resistance on top side. So then it may take, then obviously the next immediate resistance is this trend line only, which will be a big thing for private banks actually. but we need to see. We need to see the price behavior, how it is going to turn out. Not just one candle close above this trend line is not going to move the price, private banks higher. Actually, we need to see follow up also. Anyway, that's with private bank at a resistance, so we need to see how it is going to this thing behave. For PSU banks, if you see, as of now PSU banks in a uptrend channel, and yeah, it is also reaching its resistance, and we need to see how it is going to behave. But as of now, there is no resist up. There is no apart from this immediate the channel upper line resistance, we don't see anything out here. We may see from there, we may see a correction, a time correction, something like this. Something like this. And then after time correction, that's how it started. Or else from this resistance, you may also see price correction also. From there again, it started picking up. So we don't know how it will behave. We just need to observe the price. So with respect to PSU bank, our key takeaway is to look at how the price is going to behave at this resistance level, and immediately for short term, if you see, there is some room for PSU banks to move upside. So we need to find good PSU bank. I think SBI is running high, creating new highs every day. So we can keep eye on SBI also, and its relative strength is also very good for SBI stock. And yeah, that's what with PSU. Very short term, there is some room left to reach the nearest resistance, but after that we'll observe. For now, I think there is some upside remaining in PSU banks. So auto is good, PSU banks is good. And then coming to FMCG, it is in long-term uptrend only. But if you see, as of now, for medium term or for the last 1 year, last 1 to 1.5 year, it was in complete downtrend. There is no movement in any of the FMCG stocks. I think the price is at support, weekly support zone. I thought 2 weeks back itself, I found out breaking down from the previous support, actually, the demand zone. Then again, it picked up in the immediate week itself. We need to see whether it is just a bounce from the breakdown or not. So this what, unless the price goes beyond, above the 50 SMA, I don't consider any positive movement in this FMCG stocks. Personally, what I want to have in FMCG stocks is, I want this price to reach this long-term support, actually, long-term support, so that it will be an ideal place to accumulate FMCG ETF. That will be a better place to accumulate FMCG ETF. And yeah, but for now, because the price is above this weekly support, we need to observe how it is going to behave, whether it is going to go beyond the 50 SMA or it is going to come down from there. So nothing much in FMCG. Yeah, pharma is also weak only. I don't see anything. And if you see long-term channel, I think the price should reach this support line, so that it will be an ideal place to accumulate ETFs. Sorry. So in daily time frame, let's see. So what's happening here is, it is well below the 50 SMA. Maybe it could be falling from that zone. Unless the price goes beyond above the 50 SMA, I can't consider any positive positive strength in it. So there is a immediate weekly support zone or demand zone over here. So we can observe how price is going to behave with the 50 SMA and this demand zone. Same thing with healthcare. Nothing much different from pharma. So I'm not focusing on this as of now. But in healthcare index, some of the stocks started picking up in healthcare. That we need to see. But still, as an index, it is below 50 SMA only. So it's negative bias only. Let's see. Okay, IT is the one of the sector uh, which somewhere around 9% is down this week. So let's see in long time frame. So what is happening is okay, if you see from 2022 somewhere around, it is in this channel. So currently the price again came to that channel support, or you can also see the price is at this immediate demand zone is at 31,320. So up until the price is above that demand zone, we may not see more new lows actually, but once it breaks that, then we may see new lows in IT index. I think 3 weeks back in the video of sectoral analysis video, uh, I was hoping that price is going to break this resistance, weekly resistance zone. We thought of, I mean, if the price breaks this zone, then we thought the bias will change. But as usual, it came from that. But I didn't expect this much of a downfall. But fine, that's the benefit. I mean, unless we see any bias change, we should not enter into any kind of sector or thematic index. And we should not look into those kind of particular those sectoral or thematic stocks unless we see a proper breakout with follow up and all. This is the reason. And yeah, what else is IT metal? If you see weekly, so this is what happening in metal. It is in a uptrend, long-term uptrend actually from 2020. And apart from that, if you see, it is in a channel. And there is some room left to reach the resistance of that channel, somewhere around 12%. So we need to see whether this will reach the resistance first or it may fall. That depends on that we don't know. It's just we are hoping whether that the price will go upside, but that reverse may also happen. So we'll get to know only with the price behavior in coming weeks. But as of now, there is some room left in metals also. So what and all indices sectors we have seen as of now. One is PSU Bank, where some room is left to reach the resistance, and the other is metals, and the one more is auto. Auto, it is already in positive bias. Yeah, auto, PSU Bank, and metal, where some room is left for upside. And then what else? Next is PSC, public sector enterprises. So it is already in long-term uptrend. So if you see what the price is telling us, so recently the previous week candle broke out the supply zone, and this week it closed below that. We need to see. We need to find stocks where the breakout has sustained. We can pick those particular stocks actually from the PSC sector. So for this, what we can do, we need to analyze this particular sector stocks. So we need to see, and then if daily, see up until the price is above the 50 SMA, I think it's good. Yeah, that's what with PSC. PSC we need to study particular stocks. I mean the stocks from this sector. Nifty Energy. Okay, Nifty Energy in weekly what it is telling us. It tried, yeah, I think it touched the previous tested resistance, horizontal resistance or the supply zone, and from there it reversed. So still it is yet to break out. So energy, we need to observe the price in coming week also. So it should be in a watch list. PSC and energy, it should be in watch list for breakouts. And then realty as of now, I am not interested in realty, but for analysis purpose, if you see, it is below the 50 SMA itself. So only if it breaches this, I mean breakout, goes above the 50 SMA, then we can see some stocks picking up or forming some setups. And personally, I will try to analyze the realty stocks only when price uh, breaks out this resistance trend line. Okay, so this is what realty. And then media. Media, what it is showing us is so as of now, it is in this channel in monthly time frame. If you see, this was acting as a weekly support at 1373. It reversed from that in the last week itself. And this week, I think what happened, I still want the media index to come up to this channel support, so that will be a good ideal place to accumulate media ETF at least, because I don't personally trade or invest in media stocks. At least we can invest in media ETFs. So the ideal place will be this anyway, but it is showing that some strength is picking up at this zone itself. And yeah, and today this week price was above 50 SMA, which is a positive bias. We need to see, so you can keep it in a watch list. That's what the index is telling us. I think media is done. Okay, so let's check thematic indices. So what is happening in consumption? Consumption, if you see, it is in long-term uptrend, and also it is taking support at this long-term support, which it is a basically resistance and support line. So yeah, so from there it is taking support, but still the price is below, and it got rejected at 50 SMA actually, if you see. So still it is below 50 SMA. Once it breaks above 50 SMA, then we can consider consumption to be more stronger. And then same consumer durables. So if you see consumer durables weekly chart, it is in an uptrend channel, and you can see the behavior actually. Similar behavior is happening. It is turning out same way, And recently, 2 weeks back itself, I think we discussed multiple times of regarding this. When the price is in January, I think January 19th or somewhere, uh, in analyzed in the video we discussed price is reaching this channel support. We might see. We thought that if we see any kind of reversal, then we thought of accumulating some ETFs, consumer durable ETF. Same way the price reversed from that location, and now it is above 50 SMA. We need to see whether this is going to break this historically tested resistance line or not, or is it going to consolidate within this zone. So that's with consumer durables. Okay, capital markets, if you see. So right now, capital markets again, it couldn't close above the previous supply zone. So yeah, unless we see a proper closure, good weekly candle upside, so we can't say strength will come into capital markets. But if you see, though the index is down over here, I think BSC and other capital market stocks closed, broke out from the previous all-time high actually. I think BSC is the one stock where the price came to retest zone. So you can check out that chart and you can observe how the price is going to behave. So we need to keep capital markets in watch list. BSC, energy, capital markets, they are at the breakout levels. We need to observe them in the next week also. So the next is IPO. Okay, IPO, it reversed from this previous breakout zone. So if we see any kind of closure above 50 SMA, then we can see movement in IPO stocks. I think Grow is one of them, which is also from capital markets and from IPO index. So you can have an eye on it, Grow stock. And what else? Digital index broke down. I think it is coming, it will come to the immediate demand zone. So apart from that, tourism, it is also below 50 SMA. Transportation and logistics, it touched the previous demand zone, supply zone, and then it came back, reversed. So unless this also, we need to observe the breakout in the transportation and logistic index. And apart from that, defense. Okay, if you see the defense from 2020 March, it was in uptrend, strong uptrend. So, and if you see currently, it is at that same historically tested support line. And if you see the price over here, I think this is the one index where for last 3 to 4 weeks, the price is haven't moved much actually. But when you see other indices like bank or any other in energy, IT, and all other sectors, healthcare, pharma, you can see some volatility in the indexes. But whereas in defense, the movement is very small. Hasn't moved much actually for last, if you see for last nearly some 10 weeks, 1 2 3 4, yeah, some 8 weeks, much movement is not there. So as of now, you can see it is within the range of 7,300 to 8,300. So if it breaks this supply zone 8,357, that is when the bias turns to positive. If in a other way, if it breaks down this 7,300, then obviously it is going to see huge downside. So as of now, defense is also looking good. We need to observe whether this is going to break this trend line or not. Trend line resistance, which is 2 to 3 times tested. So yeah, that's what from defense sector. I think BEL is the one stock which is very strong in that whole pack. And commodity index. Commodity broke the previous demand zone, supply zone, and now I think it came for a retest. So commodity is also very strong as metals. Whereas metals, no, we have some upside resistance, but whereas in commodities, I don't see any immediate supply also. So if let's see metal, yeah, if you see in the metal, we have 12% upside possible up until it reaches this channel resistance. But whereas in commodities, I don't see any immediate supply. So commodities is also very good. And then next is oil and gas. Oil and gas couldn't break the supply zone. So as of now, it is I won't change any bias unless it breaks the supply zone. And then infrastructure is also trying to break out the previous supply zone. So if it breaks that, then we can change it to positive. Then there is no immediate supply also. A huge upside possibility is there in infrastructure stocks. So yeah, so what are the sectors we are looking for positive breakouts are? Infrastructure, PSC, energy, capital markets. I think I should note it down somewhere before I forget myself. Then service sector is also good. It is also looking for a good breakout actually. Then manufacturing. Yeah, in manufacturing, if you see, it tried this week to break out the supply zone actually, but couldn't. It couldn't go beyond that anyway. This so we need to observe how it is going to how the price is going to behave this week with respect to this supply zone. So manufacturing is also one sector where we need to focus or keep in watch list. So I think last week we were focusing on energy, PSC, auto. Out of that, energy didn't break out. PSC broke out. PSC broke out. That's the reason we kept in watch list. Energy tried to break out, but it couldn't sustain. Auto was anyway. It did great again. And consumption, consumer durables, commodities, power. Power is still good. Commodities also we are looking good. Consumer durables also good. So apart from that, waiting for breakout or so this week let me. So auto is good. Metal is good. Metal it has room to go. PSU banks is also good. And apart from that, waiting for breakout now. So I'm waiting for PSC breakout, energy breakout. What else? Healthcare, IT. I think that's it. Yeah, and yeah, capital markets also. Capital markets, and then commodities. Yeah, one more thing, manufacturing. So, so this is what I'm waiting for. This week I will keep watch list for these things. I will look out whether they are going to break out or not. I think manufacturing is one uh, I need to observe the price, um, and also the stocks from the manufacturing sector and capital markets also. So I was interested in capital markets and manufacturing and PSC. So let me see. And anyway, these consumer durables, these things are already in positive side. So this is what our takeaway is.